So I am back, continuing this Hollow Knight playthrough. I've decided I'm going to do a cleanup episode. Gonna go get some things that I've been able to get for a while, or just recently been able to get. And I brought a friend along. Should I call you by your handle or your first name? This is Kieran, with myself, Donovan, who, most of my listeners know me anyway. This isn't like a super big, I don't know, maybe I'll blow up, who knows. But so far, no. So I've got this double jump. No, I don't have double jump yet. Sorry, but the air dash and the wall climb. Let me get up here. All right. So earlier on, I did. No, I haven't come back here. First video, I came through here. I pogoed. At this point, you can just shoot across like that. I'm not looking to do that right now because I don't need to. But if somebody, hadn't gotten that, they could now. How's your evening going? Oh yeah, that's it's something. I like to watch the podcast, but I find it hard at home because nobody else wants to necessarily watch it with me. I might get away with it though. I've been watching a lot of Hollow Knight videos lately, and at the very least, Evie's tolerant of it, and Jen's been enjoying them. So maybe I'd get away with watching some of these. And I haven't been super duper distracted. So. That's fair. And again, sure. I mean, we basically only have one child right now anyway. Evie's been spending a lot of time by herself, or using her tablet to talk with friends. Into the evenings, I think she uses it as a stall tactic to come hang out with us for a bit, because she knows if she hangs out with her brother a little bit before he winds down, we'll just let her stay up. So we're back way beyond where the game started, but in the same direction. This is an area no one, if you haven't already played the game yourself, no one's seen. We're here to get a couple of things. I don't think you've watched the episode yet where I got this ability to dream now, but I showed you earlier on a different playthrough some of the things you can do with it. So I'm here to get a couple of things. First of which is this, which I could have gotten right after Fungal Waste. It's a nail art from Nail Master Mito. This is one of those areas that could certainly appear to be a boss fight when you first go in. The prompt even makes it look like it's gonna be, then with the roar, and then it's now just a cool cutscene. And boom. Now I have, as mentioned earlier, the Legend of Zelda Link Whirlwind attack. I won't get the sword beams for a while yet. They'll be towards the end of my playthrough. Yeah. For shizzle. So yeah, I'm gonna get, actually, I think I'm gonna get all three of the, I don't think I'm gonna have too much of an issue for time. I'm gonna get all three of those nail arts. There are three of them. As you'll notice in the menu, there's 3 slots. So the first one's there, and then there's 2 others beside. I didn't check my charms. What am I charmed with? No, I don't have that on right now, but that's okay. I'm actually set up to fight, which is okay. I am up there, in a little pocket there. I am gonna go pick a fight, so. Right now. Gorb, the Great Mind. I like that these ones are all backer bosses, so you see who backed it at the bottom left. So I did one of these in my last video. I shouldn't be doing that. Oh, I don't have that spell yet. I should have got that first. That's alright. I can do this guy without any fancy moves. He's really just a dash in, hit, walk away, dash in, hit, walk away. And it just gets a little more hectic as the fight goes on. He's got 3 modes, or 3 stages, which really, each stage beyond the first just adds an additional, there you go, we're in stage 2. Volley of needles. not a... Oh, super weird. He's, yeah. Almost all the original Dream Warriors, the ones that weren't added later. Oops. Hey, you know something I never thought about? You just leave and heal, not... Oh, no, it's not quite as good as the other one that I fought. The other one you can really just leave and heal, and it's super efficient. This guy, his projectiles will chase you. We're into phase 3 now. Oh, I jumped right into that one. Yeah, that's the thing. Just gonna spell as much as I can at this point. See if, yeah, that got him. So I don't have a lot of masks left, but most of the enemies in here are really quite weak, so I'll get my masks back, no problem. Yeah, so we're gonna get some essence from this guy. It's not crazy difficult, but it's, again, one of those things of the curve in this game can be intimidating, depending on your skill level, so he's one of those enemies that if you can't get him on your first try, certainly don't feel bad. You know, come back later. Is this where the... Yeah, this is where the nailsmith was anyway, so there, we're fine. There's a bench right here to get all my masks back. Yeah, either way, there's somewhere to sit. Completely. It also respawns all enemies, which, you know, earlier we talked about, and oops. Ah, you know what else it does? It lets you change your charms. I'm actually gonna, just for ease of everything, go back right now, change my charms, and then proceed. Because I don't need to be set up the way I am. I don't need that at all. That was, Shaman Stone gives you a bunch of extra damage from your spells, which came in handy at the end there. But I'm not going to be doing a bunch of things. A bunch of spellcasting. What do I want? I guess I'll take Long Nail. Give me a little extra reach. Helps not only with fighting monsters, because you reach a little further, but also with tricky platforming stuff. And alright, I don't have double jumps, so I shouldn't have tried that. Whatever. So yeah, mostly the stuff I'm here for is essence related, be it directly or indirectly. There's another thing just over this way. We'll see. And I think just one charm and a bunch of geo. Ooh, there. Example of the old pogo stunt. Also, I'll get the map for this area, which is, I think, yeah, not far off at all. Right here. Yeah, Cornifer's gonna sell me the map. Boom, for a mere 75 geo, you can see what the heck's going on. No, they're not prohibitive. Oh man. So I mentioned that I've been watching a group of, or a game channel where it's basically a Let's Play Game Grumps style. It's I'll plug them a bit. It's 10 more minutes, and I gotta say, Sam is a savant for these kinds of games, and he's not the one playing. Chris is, and he is not quite so brilliant when it comes to this style of game. It's been, for me, who's, you know, just, I've kind of lived this game for the last 2 months. It's been somewhat frustrating to watch some of the stuff he does. Just heal. You'll notice I tend to keep my mask full up if I can. Chris, he may have learned. Yeah. You know what though? I have used it to beat like a really heavy duty boss. I'm not gonna break that right yet. I'll break that in a bit. Yeah, no, I have used it to beat the Pure Vessel, because that thing is just so difficult, and I end up at one mask a lot of the time, so it worked out and I just sort of scraped by. There's a Joni's Blessing Charm. That trades all of your regular masks for lifeblood masks and gives you, I think, 2 times as many as you have regular masks. Right, you cannot focus to heal those. So, you get what you get at that point. So good for, it costs 4 notches, which is a ton, but it can be good for really unforgiving bosses, ones that just do not give you time to heal. If the thing you feel like is really just costing you on a boss fight is running out of health and you think you've got it close, maybe try it, right? That's my advice with that particular charm. Also, it is good for getting another slightly more, that's not it. There's a breakable wall down here, it's right here. Sorry, it's also basically needed, not entirely needed, for getting you another more efficient charm that only costs 3 and gives you 4 lifeblood notches when you sit at a bench. And you can still heal, because it's just giving you lifeblood notches. Or lifeblood mass, rather. Alright, so we're into a little secret area here. This is kind of cool. So, you notice we get that, but it's a very different color, all red. We get some essence showing here. And we have started the ritual. So this is DLC content from the Grim Troop. So if I were playing before that was released, this area wouldn't even be here. And then if that had been released after I'd already done my playthrough and was coming back, I would be finding it, you know, now. And what else is down here? There's... Alright, this just opens into an older section of the game. This opens in a green path. I don't think I have any real reason to go through here. Oh, I do. There's a grub. Cool. Well, let's make sure that was actually the grub. Yes. Well, you know what? Worse things have happened. Yeah. Yeah. No, I've been all through down there. I'm not gonna follow it right now. I really want to keep this video concise. Get to some stuff and, you know, help people out and, you know, entertain, hopefully. Yeah, oh, there's also more essence right there. We'll do that first before we go any further. Get one of these whisper roots. But yeah, the mimics are, they're entertaining. Is that a dog? No, that's a siren. That's okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, we both live on busy streets, so the odds of just a random siren. But Kieran lives a lot closer to the street they live by. Where I live, I don't know, half a block away from said busy street. Kieran's apartment's like... Oh, yeah. Nice. So if they're responding to an important call, which ambulances tend to, whoop whoop, right away. That's super important. I think I've probably mentioned this to you. I've been tenting on the deck occasionally, just as sort of a, you know, psychological trick that, oh, we're not trapped inside almost all the time. Yeah, it is a great thing. But boy, it's cold right now. Yeah, it gets down to I think, oh, hey, I bet that's the same one going by here. Do you hear it? Anyway, yeah, it gets down to around -1 Celsius right now at night, so I don't want to deal with that. So I've been Right. Yes, because, you know, crappy apartments and they're not having adjustable temperatures. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But during the day, it would be nice if it was a little more temperate. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting a little on the tropical side in the daytime in that place. And I know what it's like in the summer, so oof. Yeah, that's, you know, a group project, putting tinfoil on windows. I've gone by to help 2 summers in a row now with putting. It's true, and we don't know when I will be able to, like when it will be technically legal and, you know, responsible. Legality aside, it would just be largely irresponsible to be out more than I have to be. No. I mean, I left today to buy some essentials, and I'm probably, unfortunately, going to have to leave again tomorrow because it's one of the problems with having a family of 4s. Sometimes there's just stuff that you didn't realize you were out of. Like, yeah, day before yesterday, it was baby wipes, and we realized, oh, wow, I got to go out for baby wipes because, you know, yeah. I mean, there are people who will do things like use just paper towel or a face cloth, and if I really had to, I would, but this isn't quite that bad, so I'll just not touch my face while I'm out, and I'll wash my hands well when I come back and wash off everything. That's the weirdest thing about all this, in my opinion, having to wash your groceries. Oh, it's the weirdest thing. And when you have stuff like cardboard, thankfully, it's mostly dry goods that I'm getting in cardboard, so most of those just go into a 3-day quarantine of their own before I just jumped on him, before I, you know, touch them again, or I wash my hands after touching the packaging, take out whatever's in the packaging, and put it to use. Like, nice. Yeah, that in theory is safe. Just, you know, depends on the handling of the people who put it into the bags. Nice. So we're back to Dartmouth. This is new. This was not here before. I'm really not going to talk to everyone. I'm just going to go this way and get stop. Yeah, this is actually, I've been talking about assuming the world is running again for, you know, HalCon and Halloween. Jen and I were talking about doing costumes inspired by this. So Evie wants to be Hornet. We're going to make Lex Little Shadow here, the Knight. And then I'm strongly considering Grim here as my costume. Right? Fancy cloak, simple EVA foam mask, maybe with red mesh eyes, black rim. And yeah, so I got a new charm out of him. Here. That charm does some neat stuff. It actually lets you do an optional quest to power said charm up. So if I equip it now, I'm actually not gonna, because that's just too much of a sidetrack. But if and when I equip it, which maybe I'll do next episode, it's gonna show flames on my map, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's little extra creatures. They're almost like a mini boss that you've got to fight. The last level of them, because there are actually 3 levels of them, are pretty much like a sub-boss. Like, they're a little more than a standard mini-boss. They're kind of dangerous. Like, they're deadly if you're not good. So that includes both your skill level and your equipment. Like, you're gonna have to compensate a lot for having a not great nail, or for, you know, being or the opposite direction if you're not really good at the game. Make sure that you've got all the best stuff before you go fight them. I'm going into that little, see right below me? There's a little channel there. Going in there to get right, in as much as I can. I think this one I can. I think the one below it I can't go much further. But this one I should be able to do. Through here. Oh, almost fell. This guy is kind enough. The next two are a little more touchy. You gotta time that one right, but at least you get to actually stand on something at the end. And if you fall, it's thankfully only putting you back to there, not the way back. There's two ways to do this part. I'm gonna do it this way, and fail miserably. Let me heal up. Now maybe it'll be the more secure way. Like that. This one I think I can actually just get across. There. I think this is just the way back, yeah. So go through here. And I mentioned that I would get all 3 nail arts in this video, and this is actually the second one, except I jumped too far because I was like, ooh, shiny thing, which I feel like it's there just to bait you into, ooh, shiny thing. Get it that way. Tricky platforming. That's what this game is about, really. Oh, no. Yeah, that was, no, that's fine. I deserve a good snicker there. I was not far enough. Really? What a weird spot to put me back. It's not far enough forward for that jump. Or for that dash, rather. Okay, try this again. There, got it. There's a nice little bench here, since I don't have any, you know what? I'm gonna change my charms around a little bit. I think I'm doing more tricky platforming, and this will help with efficiency of doing some tricky platforming. And Nailmaster Shio, who's my favorite of the 3 Nailmasters. Nailmaster Shio, yeah, I'm gonna learn his nail art. Not only is he a talented artist and Nailmaster and gives you, in my opinion, the coolest nail art, there's a romance side quest involving bringing one of the other NPCs, well, sparing the life of one of the other NPCs who has asked for you to kill them. And if you do so, they end up here with Nailmaster Shio. And it's a guy. Right? It's neat. And I guess the romance is just implied, but it's like, draw me like one of your French girls. Right, the lore is all very, and I guess as much as it would be nice if it were a little more implicit, oh really, a little more explicit rather than implicit. One of the things about the game is that, like you say, almost everything is implicit rather than explicit, and it does help with a certain crowd not to be necessarily so explicit about certain things, like you know, the, that crowd, exactly. I'm gonna review Star Wars, poorly, or whatever, movie poorly because it happens to have content that I don't agree with politically. Yeah, that. And by content that I don't agree with politically, I mean it allows people to have representation. Whee! And it's not just Final Fantasy VII. So the meme in question just refers to, you know, I don't even remember the name of the organization in 7. Shinra is the bad guys though, right? Avalanche. Right. So Avalanche is basically referred to as Antifa in said meme. But I honestly don't think it only applies to that. And yes, okay, it does mention corporations, which is, I guess, the one thing that really calls it 7 explicitly. But, yeah. But evil corporations that are corrupting the world. This is not a nail art. This is a sidetrack for another Dream Warrior, who maybe I shouldn't bother with. No, I can take this guy. But also a piece of a mask. So that's what I'm going for first, which is just down here. Up and over here. Yeah, with this door. Yeah, anyway. But the basic format of a Final Fantasy game often involves we're going to have evil empire of fascists, let's call them what they are, who are trying to do something really truly awful, and then we're going to have the heroes as some sort of rebellion. It's a Star Wars formula, right? Yeah, no, I can take this guy. I'm not too worried about him. It would be nice to have double jump, but if I'm just somewhat patient. Oh, right, I have the thing that lets me heal 2 masks, so I will wait till I'm down 2 masks before I bother to heal. And like I say, if I'm patient about him, just blast him. Okay, there we go. So I'll heal 2 masks now, because those things usually miss you if you're on the bottom platform. And I don't want to chase this guy too much. I'll just wait here for him to come closer to me. There's a lot of bosses in this game that teleport. Yeah, don't chase them. That's my advice as a veteran Hollow Knight player at this point. Don't chase them around. Like, that guy's way too high for me to bother with right now. I'll just wait for that. Yeah, I'll wait for the cue of he's moved again. I don't know, or she's moved. I don't even know. They've moved. No Ice is definitely a weird boss. That's close enough to chase. Huh. Well, I've taken 2 or more masks of damage now, so let's heal. Just general, you know, don't have too much soul overflow. That's the big reason I heal, aside from obviously not dying. So the next time I stop off at resting grounds to check in, I'll probably be able to do at least 2 Dream Nail upgrades. Oh, that was awkward, but I got 2 hits in for it, so this will take a bit, but it's not going to be difficult per se. Just time consuming. Oh, there's 2 masks of damage done. Heal. And every once in a while I might get caught trying to heal on the bottom, but for the most part it's safe enough. Oh, I think we've got him below half. I think at this point I'm chasing him. I should not do that. At this point, you notice the like ghosts are moving much faster. Faster doesn't necessarily mean more dangerous, but in this case it kind of does. There's a spell that I'm gonna grab next, actually, that would make this fight much easier. It's fine that I don't have it, but it would be faster at the very least if I did. Oh, super spoopy. Yeah, this game ranges between, you know, cute and creepy and just sometimes just squicky, for sure. Oh, I didn't realize I'm locked in here. I mean, that makes sense. I think you're locked in with basically all these guys. I just hit a wall that would normally be a door. And, oh. That's another good reason to heal up, because sometimes you're just going to take 3 masks of damage really fast, and not otherwise have time to cope with it. This fight's pretty sure almost over. I only have I've only upgraded my nail one time out of 4 possible upgrades. I'm really gonna have to do at least the 2nd upgrade soon. I'll probably even do the 3rd. It'll speed up these fights a lot. If I do 2 upgrades, it'll basically double my damage from what it is now. Okay, then. The one thing that's sort of a bad thing about that damage increase is, there we go. Fewer attacks to kill something means less soul gained to kill that thing. Soul is gained literally per hit, not based on how much damage you deal with that hit. So that's going to take me well past 300. Oh, almost to 500, yeah. So that's, I was at a little over 100 before for essence. If I can get up to 500 before I go see the seer, I'm going to get the 200, the 300, and the 500 upgrades for the dream nail, which basically everyone just gets you something. Doesn't even really upgrade the dream nail. It's weird. Okay, where am I? Alright, I have not gone left yet. How am I doing it? Am I at about half an hour now? Okay. Okay, I might push this one to an hour, but I don't know. I want to be careful not to go over that hour. And I will get a warning before it hits there. The green path is the video where I got lost completely. Part of that was actually I was trying to get to something that I didn't have everything I needed to get to, and it was over this way. So now I do, and I'm going to get it. You know, I didn't even have to be that fancy. I could probably just do this across here. Yeah, so here, I couldn't jump over this, and I didn't realize that I needed to. I almost fell. Alright, so I can cut that. Go down here, there's lower stuff. That I can't cut yet. That I'll cut from the other side eventually. And go up here. And this is the thing I was looking for like probably 20 minutes of a previous video. Piece of a vessel. Cool. So let's get out of here as fast as I can, which unfortunately I didn't help. But this is not a super long thing to do to get out of, so. And then we'll head off to the final nail master. Or no, I'm gonna go get my last spell, and then I'll head to the final nail master. I should have time to do both of those things. The spell isn't too far from here, which is why I'm gonna do it first. As much as it would be cool to get that nail, or rather, get that nail art. I didn't really show those off. That's the one I just got. The next one is basically a variation of that at the end of your dash, which doesn't sound great, and I haven't made much use of it, but I've noticed that it does so much range that it almost wraps around, which for certain enemies is really good. Certain things are like invulnerable from the front, so that wraparound can really. Yeah, so my advice to them is just don't. You just wait. Don't bother fighting them. Just let them go by and get past them. There are times, Hall of, oh no, can't go through here. It's not, oh, I can get up there though. Get that geo. There are times, like in the Pantheon of Gods, where you'll have to fight a certain boss, and you'll have to hit these guys. Other than that, just don't. The little ones are fine. They don't blow up. Shoot. I don't want to get lost in here. Not because I'll die or anything, just because it's going to waste a lot of time if I do. Through a roadblock that I cannot get by yet. There's a exploration tool called the Shade Cloak, which I'll need to get before I can get to said map friend. He's actually right over here. You can hear him. Yeah. Yeah. So in order to get to him, I'll need the Shade Cloak. In order to get to my spell, though, I don't think I need anything that fancy. I just remember it being... I bet there's a breakable wall? Oh no, it's right here. There we go. At least I didn't... Yeah, there we go. At least I didn't rusty it. So Rusty's another popular streamer who's doing a Let's Play during this right now. He's probably the most popular Hollow Knight player in the world. Not for being like an awesome speedrunner or anything, but just for being entertaining. He spent, I think, an hour-long video just looking for this spot here. And he was in the wrong zone. He's in green path. And so myself and some of his other followers just commented that basically we were screaming at our screens, "It's not in green path." It's, oh wow, I thought he was dead. Sorry, it's in, or it's through Fog Canyon. But yeah, I should be using nail arts. These guys, you'll benefit from the range to just be able to go whap. Don't need to heal yet. I'm taking 2 massive, only take 1. And then I just do this. Time to charge up a nail art against you, so we'll just hide back here for 2.5 seconds. This is probably one of the easiest areas like this with a lockout before you get through it. It's a very simple enemy to fight, and there's not too many of them. They don't crowd you. On that note, yeah, I did do glowing womb, and that is it's nasty. It's a much more ruthless thing like that. All right, this is finally the 3rd spell. This is the one that goes up, and the dream bosses I've been fighting would all have been easier with this because they basically all attack it from below it, and you'll kill it. And this spell does some damage. The upgraded version of it is not even probably, it is the most devastating non-charmed spell. There's a charm called Fluke Nest, which will turn the, I'm gonna heal here, the basic spell, the basic not pushing any direction spell, it will make it much more efficient if you're standing very close when you do it. All right. This leads to an area that I can't get into right now. Another one of these black gates, and that you can open from the other side. Queen's Garden is that area. Yeah, I was showing you a little bit of that earlier, but I wasn't recording. Well, I recorded a little bit of that, and I didn't test the video to make sure that it wasn't going to sound like I was just talking to myself. But real weird. But you know what? That's okay in its own hilarious kind of way. I hope it's not that though. But we'll know in the future. Boom. Okay. And it's one of those things of like hanging out with friends without actually being in person, and we're looking for a way to do that, and hopefully this works and it gets, I think, a little more entertainment value for anyone listening in. Boom. Tricky platforming sections. Ooh. Okay, so we're through this. Nearest station is going to be down here, the Stag Station. Oh. The Queen Station, rather. Yeah, when I went to Fungal Waste, it's an easy one to unlock. So, well, I mean, if you don't get murdered by these jellyfish creatures, who will murder you. Let's like not even pretend they won't. Boop, through here. we'll go down here to the station. Sitting on a bench will cost me all that lifeblood, so we'll skip it. And take this to King Station, where I'll go get the final nail art. I'm still doing, yeah, I'm still doing okay. I think I've got till almost half past, don't I? For an hour. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's not going to take that long. I can get up there through here, yeah. Get some geo, which I could have done like the first time I came here, but I think I literally just came here and was like, oh cool, I unlocked this station, and left. There's a lot more to do here, so much to do in this section that will certainly be part of another video. That's like a wall you can just push right through. And Screechy Death Bird, and another one. And I'm sure you noticed, nope, that one's just a regular old grub. He's actually near more grubs than up here. There's more grubs than basically anywhere else in the world. It's something I'll... Well, yeah, where Grubfather hangs out, and only then after you've done that. Okay, so I'm not going to mess around too much with these creatures. We're just going to platform our way across and all the way down. Careful to be on the right side, so we're landing on a platform. I could have got the map right there. I gotta work my way back. I'll get the map when I do. That's actually, yes, that I did that intentionally. Right? Sure. So that's the, you know, don't sue me, Nintendo. Anyway. Okay, got that guy. Whew. Oh, and there's another one right away. They're the worst. Aspids are literally the worst enemy in this game. Well, I mean, maybe not literally. Some of the bosses are certainly much worse, but as far as just general hanging around enemies, ugh, aspids are frustrating. Speaking of frustrating enemies that just hang around, this guy will chase you and bounce on you, and you know what? He can do that. So can his aspid friend. I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna keep on going. Which is why I said this part wouldn't take long, because I knew that I was just gonna do this. Like, hey, this guy wants money for his nail art. Good thing I have over 1,000 on me. So, boom, take my 800. Yeah, so I'm okay now. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Like I say, I haven't previously made good use of it, but now that I see, I've seen, you know, as I see Chris from 10 More Minutes did a great job putting it to use in a way that I never thought of. So, yeah, I noticed at that point that it wraps around shields. I was like, that's actually really good. And that's it. I'm not going to heal here. Just get that, and then go to the clicky ground. This isn't actually, well, super necessary to do, but it's going to get me to something really awesome. That being a charm that I will probably use for the rest of the, well, not all the time for the rest of the game, but I'll use it at least times through the rest of the game. And would make killing these guys way more efficient. But it's a quick slash. Where'd you go? There. Ah, you know what? I am gonna kill this guy, and then the next time I encounter one of those, I'm probably just gonna cast a spell on it. It will die probably in a single spell. Nope, not in one. But much faster afterwards. Boom. I can't believe I'm doing this. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, that super worked out, because dying here would have sucked. Would have been embarrassing, and inconvenient. Yeah. Okay. The good news is I'm fine from here on out, basically. Boop, boop. This is not actually related to the charm, this section. This is just an optional section with a load of geo. So much geo. So I was at a little over 500 when I left the Nail Master. Last one. Oh, such a long climb. $400 odd geo or some, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've gained some just from killing monsters too, but yeah. Exactly. Yeah. A ton. Like, let's call it an even 5 from that one thing. Not bad, eh? It pretty much has me almost back to where I was before I went and sunk money into Oro. Let's climb my way back up and then go over and get that map. So I've done everything I said I would do in this video, so you know what? I'm also just gonna heal now, even though it's less efficient. Oh, I could have taken another hit because I could have waited, I suppose. This guy here is just, is he gone? Oh, okay. You know, I'll take it. There. Oh, because having to do that narrow little passage with one of those big monsters chasing me the whole time, not my idea of fun. Ooh, speaking of. All right, big guy. I'll see you later. Oh no, this is gonna be uncomfortable. Okay, cool. Oh, that's fun. I'll take it. I will take a little bit of cheese where I can. Bacon double cheeseburger. You know what? I'll just keep charging with nail arts so I can reach them. So that's one of the things. Nail arts have a super long reach on their own, but aren't affected by nail lengthening charms. Okay, you are still there. Yes? Okay. Yeah, so quick slash. That increases your attack rate by about 50%, which not only does it, you know, provide the obvious benefit of more damage per second, the inobvious benefit is, you know, I mentioned earlier that the number of hits you deal matters more than the number, or than the amount of damage per hit regarding collecting soul. Right. So not only does it directly increase your damage output, but it also earns you more soul, which is your power as far as spells and healing are concerned. Alright, so I'm gonna just make my way out of Kingdom's Edge. There's a whole lot more to do here, but really my goal for this was make sure I have all my spells and stuff. You know what? 10 minutes? 10 minutes. I might have time to upgrade. Wow. Just keep swinging, just keep swinging. There we go. Yeah, spells. I might even have time to upgrade my basic forward-facing spell to the 2nd level, because it is really a nothing task. So maybe we'll try and get that done real quick. Oh. Well, I mean, at least I didn't fall to my death. Oh, get. Not that the acid outright kills you, I just don't like falling into things. You can hear Cornifer. You can see evidence that he's here. Oh, that's his pipe. These guys, I swear, are more here for platforming purposes than they are for actual threat. Unlike their aspid friends, the tiny ones are the really scary thing. The big, like, kind of scary looking bugs are actually pretty much a gentle giant. They're here to get you soul and to be a platforming benefit. There. That sign means another section of the world, effectively. Just means you're entering a new area. At least I think that's what it means. It might specifically mean City of Tears. But, okay. 10 minutes. Yeah, you know what? I'll upgrade that that spell at the beginning of the next video, I think. Because, I don't know. Yeah, I want to stop back in Dirtmouth. Because I got money, and there's another little treat I can get there. I don't need to stop at the bench. Let's go straight to Dirtmouth, and then we'll call it. Half tempted to start the second video right after this, but I just don't want to make it go long, you know. Having a nice break point is important. Alright, so the shopkeeper is not here. That's because I now have all 3 of the nail arts, and the shopkeeper will reveal that, in fact, they are the Great Nail Sage Sly, rather than simply Shopkeeper Sly. And for having gotten all 3 nail arts, I now have the Charm Nail Master's Glory, which speeds up the load time of your nail arts. Yeah. A mere 1. Oh, and this is totally worth buying because I was at 3 out of 4 mask shards. So let's go to 4. Boom. That was a really productive episode, if I do say so. So yeah, this here actually says, if you look at it, exactly where to go. Bears the mark of Holiness Soul Sanctum. Glows faintly in the dark. So there's a door, which in the video where I went to Soul Sanctum, I think video 4. Yeah. There's a door there. I'll go there next. In the meantime, thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, this is, yeah, she's nice. Let's look in her head. My savior, so close. Alright, so we're gonna end it there.